Launched from the Gaza Strip, this Qassam rocket slammed through the roof of a house in Sderot. Dozens of Israeli families have made their homes in this modest neighborhood near the center of the city. Noam Bahrain is a local photographer trying to show, as he puts it, the human face behind the headlines. The days leading up to the Annapolis peace talks between Israelis and Palestinians were quite busy for Noam. This year alone, 1,800 Qassam rockets have been launched from Gaza. Euronews knocked on the door of the apartment next to where the rocket fell. Tamar Kadush invited us in. Her daughters were there preparing to take the elderly lady away to safety. Tamar is still in shock and needs to take tranquilizers to calm her nerves.
When the first alert sounded, I was sitting right here in the kitchen, waiting for the explosion. After the first one, I went to the window to see what had happened. Then the alarm went off again, and at the same time I saw the rocket coming down directly in front of my window and going off right next to it with a huge bang. I've had a nervous breakdown, and now I have difficulty keeping it together.
Just as her daughter indicates the direction the rocket came from, another alert sounds. The family shelters in the kitchen. The police sirens led us to the spot where the rocket fell, just a few meters from a group of houses. Today, over 180,000 Israelis are exposed to the range and threat of the Qassam rockets. Since Hamas took over the Gaza Strip, around 73 tons of military equipment have been smuggled into Gaza from Egypt. An estimated 13,000 Hamas soldiers have been trained by Iran. Fortunately, this time the rocket landed wide of its target and no one was injured. The situation's so dangerous in Sderot that all the hotels have closed. So the Euronews crew accepted an invitation to stay the night at the home of the Sasson family. The government should send troops into Gaza soon, says Moshe, the head of the family.
Right now, we're taking refuge in the living room because it's the safest place in the house. The rockets are fired from this direction and need to come through two walls before reaching the room itself. So this is the most protected place in the house.
6:33 the next morning, another rocket alarm sounds. Averon, one of the sons of the family, leads us into the makeshift shelter he built with his elder brother. Since Israel's withdrawal from Gaza in 2005, the number of rocket attacks has risen sharply. While the first generation had a range of just 3 kilometers, today's models can reach targets at a distance of 8 to 10. A fourth generation with a range of up to 20 kilometers could soon be operational. Noam photographs the children's daycare center, which narrowly missed being hit by a rocket a few days ago. Psychologists are employed here to offer help and support to staff, children and parents. The number of youngsters diagnosed with post-traumatic stress syndrome has doubled this year from 30 to 60%, says support worker Dalia Youssef.
Children that cannot sleep at night, they wake up every night screaming or have a nightmare. One of the most strong symptoms is that the body is in a survival mode.
Hava Gad and her family are suffering from shock. Hava, who used to be a marketing manager, lost her job as a result. Every rocket alert sets off another panic attack.
I start to shake. I start to throw away. I'm not able to eat, not able to sleep. My son tell me that I'm too young to die.
Her daughter Shay makes her way to school through a labyrinth of bunkers. Fortifications are going up all over the campus. The children must never be more than 15 seconds away from safety, even when playing sport. A recent Israeli High Court ruling requires the government to make sure that schools in the vicinity of Gaza are safe, so some of today's lessons are held inside shelters. Sderot was once a city of 24,000 inhabitants, but 4,000 of them have moved away and many homes are now up for sale. Eitan Schwartz works with the Israel Project.
The only way to protect people of Sderot is for the people over here to stop firing Qassams. We do not want to enter the Gaza Strip. We do not want to carry out operations to stop the Qassam. But once a Qassam has been launched, there's no way to defend yourself against it. The solution is over there. They have to stop making mass weapons of killing of kids, of moms, of dads, and maybe invest their time and their money and their will of building a society.
These comments notwithstanding, a spokesman for the Israeli Defense Force has confirmed that the military would be able to handle an operation inside Gaza. Noam captures images of the latest early warning system. Balloon-based rocket detectors are stationed all over the Gaza border.
The recent technology that the IDF used to alert the people of Sderot and its surroundings from a Qassam missile that's being fired from the Gaza Strip is the indication balloon up that immediately capture a Qassam missile that's being fired and indicates the people of Sderot. And when the alarm goes off in Sderot, they have exactly 15 seconds to run to shelter.
Campaigner Alan Davidi leads an NGO pushing for more school shelters to be built. He wants the government to take military action.
Okay. Go to Gaza, take your all power to Gaza like they do in the north, in Lebanon war in 2. And they need to stay in Gaza until it's finished. All the terrorists will finish. We need a quiet to our citizens. This is the job of the army. This is the job of the Prime Minister Olmert.
A regularly updated sign at the city boundary shows the number of rockets which have fallen on Sderot since the beginning of the Second Intifada. The rocket debris is stored at the police station in the city. Chief Inspector Mickey Rosenfeld says the intensity of the attacks is increasing.
We can see there's a gradual increase in both the number of rockets that are landing in and around the city. Today, the numbers landing are in between 6 to 8 on a daily basis, and it's continuing to rise.
Sderot today is a city under siege, but is there one situation among the many he's witnessed which stands out in Noam's memory?
Experiencing a synagogue being hit by a direct hit when half an hour before the direct hit, over 400 people are celebrating bringing a new Torah scroll into that synagogue. Everybody left at 11 o'clock p.m. this certain day. The longer we wait and to go into Gaza, the worse it's going to get.
Will Hamas-backed militants, together with Islamic jihadists in the Gaza Strip, be able to derail the peace talks? Another alert has the children running for cover.